Today, we're going to be combining some exercise with your dry fire practice. This is going to help make you a more capable, stable, and overall better shooter. Now, all of the exercises that I'm going to be going over are applicable for both pistol and rifle. Some of them are easier with the others, and I will go into detail on which ones those are. And all of these are applicable for real steel firearms, paintball, or airsoft. No matter what you're into, this is going to be applicable and make you a better shooter overall for any of these sports. Now, when it comes to reps, I'm going to give you some recommendations that I would personally do, but depending on the level of difficulty you're looking for, you can always decrease the reps, increase the reps, or put on your full kit and go ahead and do this with a plate carrier on with some added weight. Now, whether you like these kinds of guns or these kinds of guns, go ahead and subscribe to the channel down below. Here on Modern Maccabee, we talk about all things self-defense, strength building, and more. So if you're interested in that kind of content, do subscribe. All right, gents, before we get started with the first exercise, we are going to make sure that our weapon is safe and clear. No magazine, no ammunition inside of the weapon or in the mag well whatsoever. And now we are safe to go ahead and get started on the exercises. So we're going to start off with the first one, which is going to be lunges. Now, this is great for building stability, especially when shooting from uncomfortable positions, such as something like this, right? You're running, you run up to cover, and you have to shoot from one of these. Or there's only a certain amount of space that you can shoot from this concealment or cover. So you need to shoot on these awkward angles where your legs, show it from the side, stabilizing themselves using all your muscle. So what we're going to do to train that, as I said, is lunges. And you're going to go ahead and put your knee all the way to the floor when doing this exercise. So we're going to do it left leg, and then we're going to swap to our right leg. To make this also just better in general for shooting, you want to have a target on the wall, and I'll go ahead and do some B-roll as well so you guys can see how this is going to look from my perspective. And I'm going to try to keep my reticle, or my optic, in this case a red dot, on the target at all times. So I have a gray inner circle, and then I have a wider outer circle. During this exercise, during the entire movement, I'm going to try to aim specifically at the gray inner circle the entire time. So my reticle has to stay inside of that circle as best as I can. And if that means I have to slow down my movement, good. I'm going to build more stability and muscle in my legs. And if it means that I can go a little bit quicker, then great. I'll be able to then shoot at these uncomfortable positions or just build more muscle at the same time. It's a win-win. So let's go ahead, get started. I'm just going to go ahead, put the weapon off of safe. I'm going to put my finger on the trigger and push it to the wall, but I'm not going to pull the trigger. And the goal now is to go ahead, do the exercise, going down, all the way to the floor, back up. And you can see the speed that I'm doing things on, just because that is the fastest about I can go without getting my red dot outside of the gray circle as best as I can. Now, this isn't exactly as easy as it looks, and obviously the more you do it, the better you'll get. And if in a situation you need to shoot from an uncomfortable position, this is going to be amazing for that. Let's go ahead and switch to the other leg right now. Do the exact same thing. Again, my finger is to the wall of the trigger, about to break, but keeping sure that I don't. And this is also just going to train the muscle memory to where that wall is during the exercise, during these movements. A little bit of added control. Personally, I prefer to do this exercise as well as many others with my pistol. It's a little bit easier. Now, of course, you don't have the same level of stability, but it is just a little bit easier to hold up your pistol for a long period of time without getting winded and do this exercise overall. It's much lighter and it's a little bit more alleviating. Let's move on to exercise number 2. This is going to be burpees. We all hate them, but this is going to be a little bit more fun having your firearm on you. So to start, you're going to have 2 targets on the wall this time. You're going to have one which is fixed onto the wall, the same position for our lunges, and then one on the floor. And the reason for this is you're going to be taking 2 shots, one from the standing position and then one from the prone position. That's what burpees basically is. You're switching from an upright position down prone and then getting back up as fast as you can. So this is great for firstly training those dynamics and being able to do that and being able to transition quickly and easily. And also, due to the speed of how you're doing this, it's going to be taking a shot from a destabilized position. So you're going to be moving, all of a sudden you have to then take a shot. So the best way to do that stabilization build up is to do an exercise like such. So without further ado, let's get started. You're going to go ahead, take your shot from upright, put it back on safe, jump down, and then do your shot from the floor. Again, go ahead, reset your weapon, reset your trigger, and then jump up as fast as you can. Take the second shot. Let's go ahead and show what that looks like without talking in between each step. Once again, but with rifle. So it's basically the same, except you're going to be pinching the rifle into your elbow or into your muscle right over here. That way you'll be able to get down into the prone position a lot easier. So again, take the shot, reset, put it on safe, into the elbow, back down, take the shot, reset, on safe, come back up, take the shot. Let's go ahead and show what that looks like in a smooth, fluid motion. So again, make sure we're reset. And moving on to exercise number 3. This one is my personal favorite and the one I've been doing the most, which is going to be ski jumps, which is simply jumping from left to right, right to left, whichever order you want to go. I do recommend at least starting off with a handgun for this, because doing so with a rifle, you might hit your head with the stock or with the brace, whatever you have, and that could hurt. You might lose some teeth. So definitely start off with your handgun just to get used to this movement a little bit more. So without further ado, let's show how this works. Basically, you're going to be looking at the target, taking your shot, and then resetting your trigger, jumping to the other side, finding your sight as quickly as possible, taking the shot again. So what this is teaching, besides for stability, is mostly being able to go ahead and find your dot or reset your sights as quickly as possible, especially from moving or let's say running, right? Because maybe jumping is a little bit difficult. You can always run to the other side. So quick lateral steps, find your dot, and do it over and over again. So I like jumping just because it destabilizes me a little bit more and allows me to go ahead and find my dot in a more challenging manner, which to me is what I see myself doing if I'm ever going to be entering competition shooting. I want to be able to find that dot as quickly as possible after running or jumping as quickly as possible. Let's go ahead and show what this looks like. You can see there I messed up a little bit. I have some bags you can't see me on the wall, and I already fudged that up. Let's do it again. And again, I'm going for the gray circle in the inner circle, but of course, if you have a larger target, this will be a lot easier. I recommend, if this is too easy, make the target a little bit smaller. Don't go for higher reps, specifically with this exercise. All right, guys, I don't know about you, but that's enough of a workout for today. If you want to see future videos and more exercises like this, let me know. I'm more than happy to go ahead, find some more that you can do for your training, and I'll recommend some more in a future video. So let me know down in the comments below, and do subscribe if this video interests you at all. Also, I've already made a video on how a red dot teaches you better than irons, which is why I'm specifically using red dots in this video. So if that interests you, go ahead and click on the eye in the top right corner to watch that video. It is very informative, getting a lot of views as well. People seem to like it, so I do recommend it. And finally, if you found this helpful, again, subscribe, let me know what else you want to see for the future. Hope to see you in the next video, and thank you so much for watching.